Por fin, Carmelita.
Open wide. Yummy, yummy, no, qué rico. Sí, señora. Carmelita, no.
No hice nada.
Por favor. He's going to hurt you, Carmelita. Dios mío, no. Apúrate. Dámelo. Ay, ay, ay. Come. Carmelita, no. Carmelita, por favor, apúrate. Ran, Carmelita. Ay, no, Dios mío. Ya, apúrate, pero ya, ya. ¿Asesinato?
Hoping for a good day. It's an arson case. We're due in court in 20 minutes. Oh, Patty, you got your scooter back. What about Mackenzie? He's just finished an aggravated burglary at the county court. He should be free. 2 o'clock, I promise, Patty.
Go on.
Oh, don't try and palm your seconds off onto me, Charlie.
What is it?
The barrister's jammed. Clark's trying to replace him.
Margaret Sefton's very thorough. Sefton.
Can you get me Sefton?
I should drive.
No way. No, it's an indictable charge. This case is important.
You say that about every case. Nice, Josephine.
We should have bought the hatchback. I just burn enough fossil fuel to heat a small village.
Don't listen to her. She loves you.
There's all-day parking at the back of the court.
No, I'm not parking her in a public car park. I'll lap the block.
Johnny!
Oh. Cutting it fine, Charlie. Look, there's Tatalo.
Stop smiling, he still owes us $300.
Oh, come on, he's only got 2 teeth to go. Yep, yeah. Oh, no. Charlie, no, not him. No, that's not fair. Ludlow.
Oh, God.
He's already here.
What about the injury to his groin? Is he still on the medication?
Oh, let's hope not.
Welcome, Josephine, Helena. So good to see you both.
Hello,
Nice
Ian.
to see you too.
Directions hearing for Nikos Aristides, charged with setting fire to his workplace, but this isn't his MO. So get rid of the eyewitness. Claims that he saw Nikos on the night in question with fire-lighting gear.
A Molotov cocktail.
I mean, it was a tea towel soaked in metho with some dishwashing liquid. Ditch the psychiatrist. Nikos is just a troubled soul. He's never been diagnosed with pyromania.
Pyromaniac label will almost guarantee a jail sentence.
Which Nikos is terrified of. It's 2 weeks in remand and he can barely keep a meal down.
Chill, ladies. I've read the brief. We'll walk all over them.
Ian, is actually this direction?
Got it.
Hello, Josephine.
Lewis. Helena Chatterjee, my associate. Lewis Hughes, my...
Greatest admirer.
old uni mate, fellow law student. friend of my husband's.
Ex-husband.
We're having a trial separation.
I believe we're opposing.
Oh, why are you slumming it with the prosecutor's office? You short on entertainment, or are you just lost?
Well, crime rates are soaring. I feel it's my duty to help stem the rot.
And apart from your social conscience?
I heard you were defending. How is Cal?
Oh, he's saving something somewhere.
Not his marriage, apparently.
Who's that? Where's the other guy?
Mr. Patterson's delayed, so Mr. Ludlow's kindly stepped in. He's a very experienced barrister.
I'm not going back to jail. I can't. You said you'd fix this.
Nichols, don't worry. It's fine.
Please stand. The 5th Division of the Magistrate Court is now in session. Be seated, please.
This should be good. And we also have our eyewitness who saw the accused on the evening in question with a bottle of methylated spirits and a tea towel.
Mr. Hughes, 5 witnesses apart from the informant.
This.
We're preparing for an arson trial.
Note.
Not a production of Guys and Dolls.
If it pleases Your Honour, I could warble the rest.
Continue.
Ludlow, we don't want the eyewitness.
Mr. Ludlow, is your instructing solicitor all right?
Good.
There's no objection. Your last witness is in.
And finally, Dr. Patrick Marshall, a psychiatrist who's an expert in pyromania.
He has never been diagnosed with pyromania.
Dr. Marshall can attest to the typical patterns of pyromaniacs.
Ludlow.
Evidence of tendency, Your Honour. A history of similar attacks as a house, a toilet block, a car.
Oh, God!
Even my learned friend can't contain his astonishment at my evidentiary lineup.
We're on the first rung here, Mr. Hughes. Save the long words for the trial.
Pyromania is an addiction that runs deep, Your Honour. It's like an old love. You can try to forget, but you can never be cured.
I'm not like that. Why didn't you tell them?
Mr. Aristides, let your counsel do the talking. Mr. Ludlow, do you object to witness number 5? All right, then. Looks like we'll be seeing the good doctor. On the matter of bail...
Yes, we want bail.
Contain yourself, Miss Newton.
Look, I think...
We oppose bail, Your Honour. Based on the strength of the evidence, Mr. Aristides is likely to receive a sentence of imprisonment.
We want I'm sorry, Your Honour. My learned friend would like me to take over as he's seriously indisposed.
I have no objection to that, Your Honour.
Well, I do, Miss Newton. This is highly irregular. And pointless at this stage of the proceedings. Please sit down.
But regarding the matter of bail...
I asked you to take a seat.
Your Honour, my learned friend needs a bucket.
This one just under...
Trial set for a date to be fixed and bail denied.
You lied. You said you'd fix this. I trusted you.
She's a hopeless lawyer! She's a big fat liar! Don't nobody give her a job! You're gonna regret this!
I must confess, that was entertaining.
And so ends that farce.
The real farce is that imbecile's gunning for silk while you threw it all away to advise flashers and jaywalkers in the back blocks of Nowheresville.
I like being a suburban solicitor.
Hasn't the kid left home yet?
She's 15.
Chambers have become available on my floor.
No, Lewis.
My clerk could put you on his list. You'd be doing what you love.
I am doing what I love. I'm helping people who need me.
And what do you need?
Kaz here.
We're coming!
Impulse buy.
What do you think I drive? A hatchback? Excuse me.
They want Nikos's details and last known address for the warrant.
Have a drink with me later on. At least let me try to convince you.
Ancient history. Sorry, Patty.
No, that's all right.
Got held up.
But your Arvo tea's gone cold.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Hey, I've been looking into my case. Vic Rhodes reckons this is a wheelchair, not a vehicle. So if you want to get technical about it, I wasn't driving.
Can you smell something?
I mean, you can't drink and drive if all you're doing is sitting in a chair, right? Hit a brick.
Fully qualified solicitor. All for nothing.
You're not getting out of it that easily. This is a minor setback. Johnny, potential crime scene.
Nah, not until the cops get here. Fires reckon it was deliberate. You reckon it was Nikos?
It took 5 different counsellors before I found one that he would talk to.
Shortly after, the office of the solicitor representing the escaped offender was firebombed.
It's me. Oh, good. Wine. You won't believe the day that I've just had.
Really?
Landlord. Their insurance company sent through another letter of demand. Right. Listen to this. $3,450 for replacement of plate glass sliding door to be received within 7 days. Blah, 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 blah. The bastards. I mean, I could have been killed with that door smashed. And the doc says that my tendon was nearly completely severed.
You won't be able to play the ukulele for weeks.
Yeah, I'm suffering. Speaking of which, I need my pills back because he had no right to take them.
Your landlord thinks you're on drugs. If you want to sue him, we have to prove that you're not. There were 8 different bottles, Rose.
Yeah, I'm building up my immune system.
Ready. Hey, Annie Rose.
You couldn't drop lids, could you? It's on your way.
Definitely over the limit now. It's all that stress gets to me.
Mum, I'm going to be late.
Oh, and can we have some pizza? Because I'm starving. And some more wine.
Bye. Rose, I'm back. What the hell are you doing here?
Rose let me in. Just looking for the charger for my razor.
Well, if you'd waited until the weekend, I could have given it to Lydia.
Well, if you'd waited until I got back from Borneo, maybe the removalist wouldn't have taken half of my stuff. How can you even afford this place?
We agreed on a trial separation.
No, we talked about it. I didn't realise you were actually going to move out.
That's what a separation is, Carl. It's space between 2 people.
4 bedrooms and a hectare, not enough.
I always supported you.
Yeah, and I always appreciated it.
But you got to chase your dream. What about mine?
Okay. Oh, yep. Fair enough. Well, you tell me what it is and I will happily support you. God, you and Lydia are my world.
Well, then why are you always somewhere else?
Ah, there you are. I couldn't wait. You owe me $15. Want a slice?
Carl's not staying.
No. Righto, I'll call you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, you can be such a bitch. He still wants you. You don't realise how lucky you are.
Those are my shoes.
Yeah, but you don't miss him or go anywhere with them, so...
Get them off.
Whereas, if you'd been my opponent this morning, I would have had to work my ass off to get the better of you.
If I'd been your opponent, you never would have got the better of me.
I would have had fun trying. Don't you miss having colleagues, someone to spar with?
I've got colleagues.
A car thief and a woman who embezzled from her boss.
We're wrong on both counts. Johnny's never been convicted and Helena was wrongfully accused. I proved that.
Demonstrating just how brilliant you are. They're lame ducks, all of them, and they are holding you back.
Is that a friend of yours?
In a manner of speaking, that's Claire. No. My tab. Same again. Whatever it was.
Oh, well, at $22 a pop, I won't say no.
Come back to the bar, you can afford to set up your own tab. You can buy yourself a proper car, you can get some more of those shoes that you like. Meow, meows.
Mew Mews.
Mew Mews.
Yeah, I've gone off those. I didn't come here to help you fend off old girlfriends.
What about the kid? Did you sell out? Private school fees?
Scholarship.
Right.
Part scholarship.
Still expensive. And that apartment, where did you say it was?
That's temporary.
You don't have to go after the high-end work all the time. You can still help the odd desperado, but you'd be at the coalface, you know? Not buried in a suburban solicitor's office, which you don't have anymore, by the way. You know why you came here. Life is short, sweet Josephine. Don't let it get away from you. You're thinking about it, aren't you? Don't overthink it, Josephine. And don't bring the charger. See you soon.
You have no more messages.
We could start over.
How? I've got no income. And the fire insurance payout will take forever. I can't pay you. I can't pay the office rent. I can't even afford to paint the walls.
No, I can work for nothing.
You already do. Look, I'm going to wipe your debt, Johnny. Go to TAFE, get an apprenticeship. I will give you references, whatever you need. I've already found you a job, Helena. Collins and Shawbridge, you know them.
They're huge.
And busy and very, very good. And the bonus is that because they take you on, they're going to take our whole client list. This will be good for both of you. It's time to spread your wings. Fly a little. Oh, maybe it's time for all of us. Stay. Helena?
I don't think I can do this. Not even for the sake of our old client.
Okay, calm down. Have you tried your belly breathing?
I tried everything. Nothing's working. It's all right for you to spread your wings and fly. You're like an eagle. I'm more like a penguin.
You can do it. I know you can. I'll call you later. I've got to go.
Ow.
Yes, he can do 2 p.m, but only for 15 minutes. Or you could take 4:30 and you could have an extra 5. Lovely. I will pencil you in. Do you have an appointment?
Yes, and hopefully somewhere to work. Josephine Newton.
Secretarial?
Barristerial. Lewis Hughes is expecting me.
Hurry up with that. Welcome to Knox, Miss Newton.
Thank you.
Apologies for the state of the office. We've had a few delays with the removal of Mr. Buckley's things.
Yeah, it looks like he left in a hurry.
In a manner of speaking.
Good. You're here. Come meet the Grand Poobah. Eric Whitley, Head of Chambers, Josephine Newton. I'm hoping she'll agree to junior on the Allen trial.
Pleased to meet you.
I thought you said Claire was your junior.
Josephine's a better fit.
You know how sensitive this is. Everyone needs to be match fit, not warming up. You said she hasn't run a case in 15 years.
Not since she won Coleman against the OPP in the Supreme Court.
While simultaneously giving birth to my daughter.
Eric, I need a circuit breaker. These are extreme circumstances. The client sees anyone here as the enemy, and he's threatening to run his own trial.
Could I see the brief? Eyewitness alleges defendant pushed the witness from a rooftop located at this rooftop. And the victim was Patrick Buckley. Right. The guy who used to have my chambers.
It's a shocking loss.
Why are you representing a guy charged with murdering him?
Because it was a tragic accident. It's not murder.
The defendant, Craig Allen, not...
Son of Justice Allen.
And Mr. Whitley's godson. Craig's in good hands, Eric. You'll see.
He better be.
You set me up. I'm here to be the fall guy in case you lose. This will be the shortest return to the bar in the history of the bar.
No, I brought you onto this because you're fearless and intuitive.
And because no one else would touch this with a 10-foot pole.
And I forgot to add, contrary.
Do you want to put that a little differently?
You can't resist a challenge. You set a legal precedent when your contractions were 5 minutes apart.
No, 15 minutes apart. When do we meet the client?
30 minutes in my office.
He got bail.
Pays to be well connected.
What were you two doing on the rooftop?
Buckley thought I was angling for his chambers and he wanted to have it out with me.
What on earth made him think that?
He looks pretty angry. Something must have provoked him.
He just made the wrong assumption when he found me in his office.
With a tape measure.
I read for Theodore Bone, but his chambers are full up. So Uncle Eric invited me into Knox to have a look around, in case something came up. And Dad gave me this big desk.
Prosecution have got a motive.
Everyone at Knox knew Buckley was on the way out.
He wasn't getting much work. Never really the same after he lost his wife, but the last couple of years he really dropped the ball.
So your statement says that he sat on the ledge, put his hand behind him, misjudged the width of the ledge, and then just fell backwards.
Simple accident.
Except he was acting weird.
In what way?
Talking nonsense, something about shipwrecks and lifeboats. I just thought he was drunk.
Coroner's report disputes it.
Well, he was on something. Wasn't making any sense.
Well, we could prove that the victim was acting strangely, not in a good mental state.
But given that Buckley didn't jump, he fell. What are we saying? Craig's the one who could end up looking like he's not in good mental health. So we run with a straight defence narrative. The victim found you in his office, jumped to conclusions, became angry. He was still agitated on the rooftop. That agitation led to a miscalculation, which led to his death. Anything else is likely to muddy the waters. If you don't want to spend the next 20 years in a tracksuit, I really think this is the best approach.
Okay.
The brief says the nanny was watching television when she saw Buckley fall. Trials of Carmelita.
Oh, sounds classy, Hermosa.
Spanish language serial. Carmelita Peruan, vigilante and grandmother, gracias, protects her remote village, whatever the cost.
Remind me to check it out sometime.
Too late, it was the final episode.
Oh, damn.
El Asesinato. What do you think that means? Assassination? Murder?
I had a wild guess, señorita.
When the nanny made her police statement, she had no reason to lie. So assuming she hadn't, what would make someone think they saw a murder if they hadn't?
Look what I found in the box of old dress-ups. Suits you.
Justice Elvin presiding. Prosecutor is...
Maeve Kelly. I briefed her once. Her motto is
Go hard or go home. And remember your cue.
Laryngitis.
Good party? Invite me next time.
The accused is a young man who comes from a distinguished family. He attended the best schools. He had all the advantages of privilege, all the opportunities and exemptions that most of us are denied, and yet he was impatient for reward. You will hear from the accused's own statement to the police that he had designs on the victim's chambers. And the prosecution's key witness will testify to the fact that the accused pushed the victim from the 15th floor, causing him to plunge to his death.
Mr. Allen, you will hear a traumatised witness to a tragic accident when Mr. Buckley's own careless mistake caused him to fall from the roof to his death. To convict Mr. Allen, there must be no reasonable doubt as to what happened on that rooftop. He can be judged only by what he did, or, as is our case, did not do.
Call the first witness.
Tough audience.
3 jurors at least think he's guilty, and they don't like you by association.
And then I saw that man push the other man, both, like that.
And are you certain of that?
I am.
No further questions, Your Honour.
Laryngitis.
Sudden onset.
If the court pleases, my learned junior will cross-examine. Sudden onset laryngitis, Your Honour. Not contagious, but it hurts to speak.
That must be painful.
Very well, counsel.
You're a nanny, aren't you?
Yes, so?
And looking after children is hard work. Trying to do everything at once. Feed the baby, cook the dinner, try to keep up with what's happening on your favourite TV show. The Trials of Carmelita was playing on the television, wasn't it? Just before you saw Mr. Buckley fall?
No, he was pushed.
Isn't it possible you were distracted? A busy woman being pulled in several different directions. I certainly can relate to that.
I can do more than one thing at one time. Maybe you are not so good.
You crazy bitch.
What?
Good grief, counsel.
You killed my father. You took the poison, put it in the sauce, and you watched him die in agony, screaming the names of his children. I hate you, Carmelita. You're nothing but a cold-hearted murderess. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
This is what you heard just moments before you looked out the window. This and the sounds of gunshots as Carmelita shoots Saulo dead. Assassinato. Murder.
We need a yes or a no answer.
Yes.
Paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? Chilling. Busy with a baby, your mind on 100 different things. Is it possible that given the drama that you had just seen, that when you looked out the window and saw a man falling and another man reaching out to help him, that you perceived it to be murder?
No. I saw
You
that
were
man.
already thinking about murder, so you can't be 100% sure that it didn't colour what you saw, can you?
No. No, I mean, yes, I am sure. I do not think that it colored what I saw.
You don't think?
No, I don't know.
Nothing further, Your Honour.
I love a good double negative. But why did Carmelita poison Saulo's father in the first place?
Professional jealousy. Newton? What do you mean she ran away? Oh, I'm sure there's a simple explanation. Thanks for letting me know. What the hell?
One of your ducks escaped the pond?
It's Helena's first day at Collins and Shortbridge.
Hello, Maeve.
Good to see you, Josephine.
Thank you.
But why on earth are you representing an entitled asshole who shoved a defenceless old man off the side of a building?
Allegedly shoved.
Come see me at prosecutions if you get tired of dancing with the devil.
Will do.
She's secretly in love with me.
Detective Bonnie, you obtained this footage from the CCTV camera located in the lift of Knox Chambers, didn't you?
Yes, that's correct.
I'd like the jury to watch the defendant closely as he smooths his hair.
Objection, Your Honour.
Nothing to object to yet, Mr. Hughes. Overruled.
So the accused has just seen a man fall to his death, and yet he's checking the state of his hair. Perhaps he's thinking, time for a trim?
You can't do that.
Mr. Allen, let counsel object if they have grounds to do so. Upheld.
I can explain. I want to give evidence. Put me in the box.
No way. It's leading a lamb to slaughter.
But I can explain. I wasn't fixing my hair. I was looking at my reflection for answers. I mean, I didn't know what I'd just seen up there. It wasn't an accident. He didn't jump. It was just plain weird.
Mm-hmm. We can't say that.
It's not up to you. I'm the client.
We could suggest that Buckley was having some kind of breakdown. That he was behaving so irrationally that Craig was confused. I mean, we've got the wife's death. And the fact that his caseload was down.
It's too risky. The jury will think we're clutching at straws, blaming the victim.
Well, why not? He can't be cross-examined. And this has to be explained somehow.
All right. Run with it carefully. And just answer the question. Stay right away from any kind of intention. They won't buy it from a man who fell backwards.
I could see that Mr. Buckley fell, that it was an accident, but I couldn't figure out why he didn't try to save himself. He wasn't even trying to be careful. It was like...
Like he was what?
Like he wasn't thinking straight.
Why would that be?
I heard he lost his wife in a bad car accident a long time ago, but he wasn't getting many briefs and he'd just been dumped by his biggest client, so maybe that's what it was.
Would you say he was overwrought?
Definitely. He was raving, something about life being a shipwreck, and maybe he thought he didn't have anything to live for anymore.
No further questions, Your Honour.
Your witness, counsel.
Can the witness be shown Exhibit P4? Have a look at that photograph, please. What do you see? This is a photograph of the victim's son, isn't it?
If you say so.
Mr. Buckley's son survived the same accident that took his wife. He is now 29 years old and confined to a wheelchair. His father visited him on a daily basis. This photograph was found in the victim's pocket at the time of his death, of the boy who has now lost his father and sole provider. Are you still saying on oath that you believe that the victim wanted to cause his own death because he had nothing to live for? I put it to you that you're lying, confabulating to protect yourself. Do you get angry when you're confronted?
No.
When somebody accuses you of using your privilege to jump the queue, or of vanity instead of compassion and decency?
Objection, Your Honour.
Counsel, you are badgering.
You get angry, don't you?
I said no.
No further questions, Your Honour.
There wasn't an alternative.
There is always an alternative to putting the client in the box, especially when he's got the potential to detonate his own defence.
It was my fault.
Then you're off the case. Claire's happy to junior.
That's not your call. Only Craig can make that decision.
Craig is making that decision.
Right. You're footing his legal expenses.
I'm sorry, am I in or out?
You're out. No offence.
None taken. Call my clerk when you know what you want.
Let me know who wins.
I have to be allowed to run the case in the way that I best think suits the interests of the client. I'll talk to Craig, but I want Josephine to continue.
Craig will only accept that if you lead from here on.
It's all right. You snookered.
Next time I'll challenge him to a duel.
Gabe Buckley?
Thank you.
Do you mind?
Innocent till proven otherwise. That was my dad's credo. Fire away.
Your dad wasn't handling as many clients as usual. Did he have any work problems?
Not that I know of.
Anything bothering him?
He had a couple of falls down the steps at home and getting off the tram that shook him up. Just because he was too tired, spending every day here with me and then, on top of work.
Did you know that your father died with a photograph of you in his pocket?
The police promised to give that back.
Did he usually carry it with him?
No, it was in a frame. Dad wouldn't choose to leave me alone, believe me.
There's no other family around?
Only an uncle Dad lost touch with years ago, over in Perth.
Your dad liked Voltaire, didn't he?
Yes, he loved to quote the classics. But Voltaire, he was his favourite.
Lewis?
Bon voyage to me.
Oh my
You have no more messages.
Lydia, dinner!
Thank you. Please come again.
Good night.
What happened at Collins and Shawbridge?
They knew about the embezzlement.
You were cleared of all those charges.
You and I both know that does not mean a person is considered innocent.
You have got a great legal mind, Helena. You are wasting it here.
Cousin Pavanputra is very kind. I can be happy here. I can eat as much chupalapulusu as I like.
How long did you last?
Long enough to see Patty before I left. Her wheelchair argument was not so successful. She was fined $300.
Oh, how is she going to pay that? She doesn't have 2 cents to rub together.
She borrowed it from family.
She doesn't have any family, Helena. You always say I'm the soft touch.
Johnny called and he saw the charger in the city and he said, wash it.
Oh, I've been busy.
That's good. I've been busy too.
They're shut like a clam. No more washing.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All empty now.
So the long-lost brother's the new witness. When can we get our hands on him?
Gordon Buckley's plane is due to land in less than an hour.
We'll have to get him on the list. Maeve will have kittens.
You can take care of Maeve. I'll head to the airport. I'll prep him on the way. Newton. You're kidding. A Porsche? Yeah, I'll be right there. Shit.
There's a screwdriver's turn away from a Section 74.
Thanks, Maloof.
I've let this one fly because I know that you're looking out for him. But next time, he's going to get charged, all right? And that'll mean jail.
How is he?
His mum's gone on another bender. She's kicked him out. See you, love. Son.
Thanks.
Anytime, Johnny. You know that. Sorry, I have to go. But I want you to call me.
Hey, all right?
My keys. Oh, no. No. They're right outside the station.
Quick.
Oh. Do you have anywhere to stay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, you are a lifesaver.
Anytime, Josephine, you know that.
Just a few more minutes.
Of course, counsel. The court is at your disposal.
Thank you, Your Honour. I really appreciate your patience.
Time's up. If the prosecution would like to commence their summing up.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Just a few more minutes. I'd like to call the victim's brother, Your Honour, Gordon Buckley.
Your father died when you and your brother Patrick were quite young. What did he die from?
Alexander disease. It's rare, but fatal.
And what are the early symptoms?
Neurological stuff mainly. Difficulty with movement, that kind of thing. He lost all muscle function eventually. Ended up bedridden.
Is Alexander disease hereditary?
Well, it can be. I've been tested and I'm all clear.
What about your brother?
He refused. Never understood it.
Your Honour, if I could have these shown to the witness, please.
Yes, counsel.
Can you tell me what that is?
Looks like it's Patrick's life insurance policy.
And what's the highlighted section?
It's part of the special exclusions clause with a list of conditions they won't insure for.
Can you read me the first one?
Alexander disease.
Junior giving the closing argument. It's unheard of.
She found the crucial evidence.
Lewis, I don't need you to defend me.
Just get on with it.
Patrick Buckley was trying to avoid an early diagnosis and hide the symptoms of the same disease that killed his father. Alexander disease. It's a horrible illness. It progressively robs the sufferer of their faculties and their abilities. Were Mr. Buckley to have lived, he would have been unable to take care of his son. And according to the terms of his insurance policy, unable to leave him a legacy. Were Mr. Buckley to have deliberately taken his own life, his death would have been scrutinised and the link to his secret illness exposed as a possible cause of his drastic action. But an accident, an innocent miscalculation conveniently witnessed, could have solved this problem. The last words Mr. Buckley spoke made little sense to the defendant on the rooftop, but consider them in light of what we now know. From a dying man in a difficult situation. Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget to sing in the lifeboats. Was this murder? Or was this Mr. Buckley's attempt to salvage what he could from his life, for his son at least? At the same time, entangling my client in a tragedy he should have had no part in. To convict the defendant, you must find him guilty beyond reasonable doubt. So I ask you, if after everything you've heard here today, you have reasonable doubt about what happened on that rooftop, you must find Craig Allen not guilty. Do you always have champagne after a win?
Every time.
To reasonable doubt.
Josephine.
A fine addition to Knox Chambers. This isn't the one I ordered from the wine club.
No, that's real champagne.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Mr. Buckley's insurance company has refused to pay out to his son if it's confirmed that Mr. Buckley had Alexander disease.
That's terrible.
It is, yeah. Especially when all he wants is enough help to live in a flat on his own. So, Gabe's solicitor has advised that he sue Knox Chambers for negligence, insufficient safety railings on the rooftop. She wants to brief me to handle the matter.
You'd sue us?
Definitely. It's his only option.
Well, I'm sure Chambers' contingency could help Buckley's son somehow.
Really? Oh. That's wonderful news.
Mr. Whitley, phone.
Did Uncle Eric, Mr. Whitley, tell you? We'll be sharing chambers when I get back from Noosa.
No.
Shorter space, apparently.
Oh, sharing an actual office.
It's only temporary, but I don't mind. I'm pretty much paperless. Uncle Eric said that I could take my pick of who I wanted to show me the ropes. And I thought, do I choose someone with influence or you? And I chose you.
Oh, well, I'm flattered.
You're welcome. And thanks, by the way. Great job today.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet?
I had no idea. Tell Whitley he's insane.
No. I would much rather find a way to even up the score.
And I never known a girl like you
It doesn't look like much.
If you wanted your car washed, Josephine, you asked me.
It's a dump.
But it's a dump with potential.
It looks like Mumbai when it was still Bombay.
Just imagine. Chatterjee solicitors.
Just me alone.
I'm just a lift right away.
Well, I do have a cousin in Kerala who's a lawyer of a sort.
Great. Chatterjee and Chatterjee solicitors. Start rounding up our old clients.
Is this legal to have a solicitor's office in the basement of barristers' chambers?
Well, you know, not illegal. And if anyone gives us any trouble...
I'll deal with them.
No. We'll take them to court.
Your husband, did you mention that he's some kind of environmental activist?
All right, folks, let's go. Let's save some fairy possums. I have a quaint and old-fashioned notion that many people in one place can make a difference.
Better not be taking a picture of my ass.
So, Mitch, do you drive this?
Lydia!
It's Lydia who's in trouble, not Callum.
Why can't you defend me?
Because I'm your mum.
It looks better coming from someone like you.
Someone like me.
Someone mumsy.
Oh, I'm mumsy.
You're on the mumsy scale. You're on the spectrum.
I don't want to let you down.
When have you ever let me down?
There's always a first time.
I have a great deal of photographic information.
I'm going to dot every I, cross every T, and we're going to kick their bottom.